yeah, Mars definitely is in a very good spot right now in this patch. And it's another thing is you pick the Mars early. It's really easy to fit the remaining picks around the Mars because it seems like anything fits really well besides him.
Yeah, yeah. Like everything is good almost. It doesn't really have a whole lot of weaknesses. I mean, it just provides so much team support and everything. But it looks like Boom are starting to reconnect in slowly but surely. So we're gonna have a game probably in the next minute or so. But okay, last game on the line. You like the draft of Boom, but are you going with this team as taking the series?
Looking at the game tree draft right now, I actually think Boom has a pretty good chance. I really like the synergy of their draft, and I feel like I see there's a lot of major physical damage and magical damage, which is really good against the Timbersaw plus the Lina. And I feel like when the timing of Boom Esports when they hit their mid game timing, it's gonna be so easy for them to catch the Lina down and burst
Yeah.
him down. And once the Lina is out, it's basically free egg for height. So that's gonna be the really important part. They need to take down the Lina as soon as possible.
Right. And, for me, I'm worried about the Masaros Timbersaw. I just, he has to really step up. He's got to have, like, an amazing laney phase. There's no way this guy catches back up. And another thing is that he's going to need a lot of support coming in from Jabs. Jabs needs to step up this game. It's a little bit more of an unconventional 4. And usually when I pick lineups and teams and based on what I like, I tend to go with the more standard one because I feel like it's a lot easier to play. So I think Fnatic have a lot to prove, at least in this first 10-15 minutes.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also this is a very high stake game for Boom Esports because they're currently 1-2, I believe. Or maybe no, they're 1-1.
Yeah,
So
1-1.
they're gonna face a very strong opponent tomorrow, which is T1 too. So it's really important for them to take down this game and also stop Fnatic from going 3-0. Because once Fnatic get to 3-0, it's very hard to stop them, and they basically would just confirm for one of the 3 slots.
Oh, but DJ's on the bad spot. He's actually going to use God's Rebuke, though. He's going to push him back a little bit. He took a lot of damage, but, I mean, Ogre, he's just going to heal that right back up.
Yeah, I like that he's not getting the spear just to get the last hit, just to get the first split, because you normally don't want to lose a lane just for the first split. And God's Rebuke is definitely the better spells compared to Spear of Mars.
Okay.
When it comes down to harassment, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, Moon had a nice block. He actually let the range creep in first, but then he actually drew aggro by going for the right click against Mikoto. So a little bit of a mishap there.
Yeah, he's missing a lot of last hits here. He's missing 50% of the last hit. Mikoto should be fine. I like that he went for the Scream of Pain, so it's easier for him to secure last hit like that. Because level 1 Shadow Strike really doesn't do a ton of damage or harassment. So securing the last hit is gonna be way better than just some small harassment.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, you say it's a Lina favored matchup, but, I mean, still level 6, you got to kind of respect, like, it's going to be a race to 6, so to speak, in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. Before 6, Lina will be able to outrange Queen of Pain, and if he wants to, he can get to the last right away and just keep harassing the Queen of Pain. So it's gonna be naturally, it's gonna be hard for Queen of Pain to sustain the lane unless he outplays by spamming salves, by spamming tangles. But nevertheless, it's gonna be a tough one for King of Pain. It's not gonna be an easy bone to swallow.
Okay. All right, now top lane, Troll, Lich, obviously very, very strong. Masaros is not even in the screen right now, but he's just going with the creep wave. What does Masaros need to do to just kind of dominate this lane? As I say that, Jabs is getting gone on here. Fairy Fire is going to be committed. The Frost Armor is actually slowing down Jabs. He's got the shield. He should protect himself for a little bit, but he's still slow. And he's getting some right-click action from Drew, and that should secure the first blood there. Kezcute and Drew here just tag teaming him.
Yeah, super strong dual laners here coming up from Boom Esports. I think this is really good to set up your early game, especially you know that Drew, Troller is one of his best hero or not the best. Because honestly, the Dota Plus level tells you, right? Master tier Drew, and I've seen this guy carry a lot of games with this hero as well. Masaros, I think dominating this lane is a little bit hard. I think if you can get 50-50 outcome in this lane, that would be a pretty solid laning outcome.
Yeah, and Jabs is back into the lane, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like you still need a little bit more than 50-50 with the Timber Saw, right? Because you're going to kind of fall off against this Boom lineup. There's just so much magic damage. You have so many ways to deal with this guy. He's not going to have that great of a time. But again, you know, we're going back to Drew and the fact that, you know, this guy's a master tier. He kind of knows a thing or two on this hero, so... I don't think that, you know, I think that he's going to come out ahead right here, which is a little worrying for Fnatic.
Oh, Raven. Speaking of being ahead, I think Juggernaut should be feeling a bit better than this as well, but Mars has been doing a lot. He's going to cancel South.
Yeah, all for the South cancellation. Nice play there. I mean, you might as well commit the Phoenix dive. I mean, hide there on point with that.
Yeah, we're on point. And look at the farm of FPZ. This is a second pick Mars as well. And this is why Mars is such a hot pick and contested pick in every single region, just because how strong this hero is.
I mean, yeah, he speared him, and yeah, there was no stun or whatever, but you pushed him away from the creeps, let yourself get to the last hits, and you do some damage to him, so it's a great ability there.
Yeah, great way to assert your dominance as well. Top lane Masaros getting...
He's going to Timber Chain forward. Masaros is looking to fight this, but the Frost Armor is there as well. Drew, and they're playing a little cautiously. Masaros has got a stick. He's just trying to keep himself alive, but he does have a Timber Chain away, and then the Remnant is going to be a little off the mark, but Jabs is doing some right-click action on a Drew. He should back up, and hopefully they do have a salve. Kezcute there, on point with his salve.
Yeah, that's actually really good for Timbersaw because he can always rely on his passive to heal him up. So he's always trying to go for these trade hits, harassment with the troll. So he makes sure that Lich, right, you just have to babysit this troll and always be feeding him mangoes, feeding him salves, where I will just take my time and I'll heal up from my passive. So that trade was really favorable for Timbersaw.
Yeah, yeah. And he's doing all right. I mean, if we're just looking at last hits alone, still Troll is in the lead, 22-7 versus the 14-2 of Timber, so not the 50-50 we talked about.
Yep, not the 50-50 at all anymore. Oh, bottom lane.
Ooh, yeah, the spin
Nice
was
TP.
coming with a nice little fire blast there. He knew it was there, but he just TP's back to his tower. He should be fine, and he's got the bottle, so again, no real issues. He actually passes the bottle to Hyde, who's going to get the bounty runes, so tremendous value there. Masaros is fighting for the rune. He actually did pick it up, so he got something out of this. FBZ with a nice spear. They found Raven. They're trying to body block him and slow him down. That's why he stepped in front, and they do end up getting Raven. That's a big misplay by Raven.
Yeah, this matchup is practically gone already for Fnatic side. Once the Mars hits like nearly level 6, it's gonna be so hard for you to stand on the lane because you don't really want to do that. As long as you catch one spear, you know that the Queen of Pain might be there anytime with the Sonic Wave follow-up. So it's gonna be really hard for Raven to play out this lane. He'll have to keep pushing out the lane and retreat back to the jungle, just maximize the farm rather than trying to bring the Mars down.
And it's a bit of a tale of two offlaners with FBZ right now, top 3. He's doing pretty well, 32-6, just making Raven's life difficult, especially since he secured that last kill. Masaros, on the other hand, is now kind of resorted to creep cutting. He's going to just make it life difficult for Drew, who has to tank all of those creeps at the tower. But FBZ here he has the TP away because he knows that spin is there. DJ with the nice body blocks, that fat Ogre really paying off in dividends.
Top lane, Masaros getting punished here.
Oh, and there's a nice rotation by Makoto. This guy is on point. You know what I mean? Like, he knows the gank potential. He knows that he just hit 6, and this could be a potential, like, kill there. And they definitely secured it, made sure that Masaros wasn't going to get away. Easy 3-0 for them.
Yeah. I mean, the early 6 minute, like we say, is gonna be obviously Lina favorite. But the one thing QB do so much better is that he roams so much better. FBZ.
The spear back, and it only connects on the DJ though, but he's going to take a decent amount of damage from that spin. He does need to be careful, especially since his TP's on cooldown. He doesn't really have the regen, but I mean, he's providing a lot of space.
Oh, definitely. He forced the Boss Spirit to come bottom as well, and they didn't get anything. So that was actually quite a costly rotation coming out from Fnatic, because Voice Spirit is really not the best roaming support that you are hoping for. You want him to get as much levels so that he can start doing a lot of shenanigans on the map. But level 3 Jabs roaming around, not the best.
Yeah, not great. Oh, the Remnant does connect on the high. They got something. The spear back, but it's on DJ again, who tanks that. But the nice Phoenix dive here comes the TPs. They're going to look to turn this around. Raven's already committed his spin, but do they actually have anything else? It's just Kezcute, who's pretty much, let's be honest, he's just a range creep at this point.
Wow, FVZ though.
Ooh, the courier. Hyde picks it off. Nice play there. It's about...
The game is gonna be very awkward here by Fnatic because Timbersaw is a laner. He doesn't want to be moving around until he takes down the tower. And at this rate, I don't think he will be able to take down the tower easily as well because of how bad his lane is going. Let's not say bad, but not amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, and anything that's lesser than bad is actually not that optimal for Timbersaw. As we can see, Drew, he's doing pretty comfortable here defending this tier 1 tower. As long as the longer this tier 1 tower holds, the worse it is for Timbersaw.
Right. Okay, so now you're in Drew's position, okay? You don't have his, like, you know, you're playing for Boom right now. You're the position 1, and they pick a Timbersaw. What hero are you picking? Like, what is your comfort hero against the Timbersaw if you had to lane against him?
I'll say heroes that completely ignores him. Okay, first of all, if Monkey King and Ursa are still in the pool, that's definitely the best one. Other than that, I would say heroes like Juggernaut that can push wave, heroes like Lifestealer that completely just ignores the Timbersaw and can get to his fast flash farming items. Like any heroes that can sustain themselves or push out the lanes would be really good.
Right. Okay. So Masaros here though, he's sticking around. They got a nice little fire blast onto Kezcute, ignite as well. Kezcute gets destroyed there. Masaros has the Timbersaw away, Timber Chain away. That is. He's got his courier delivery, and that should get picked off. Masaros not able to micro that one. He gets to the high ground. He's on the run though. And it looks like the arena's been committed. They found Moon, which is a bigger target, and it looks like they're going to commit for this, and they end up killing it. Makoto's going to pick up that kill. The nice little play there from a nice little rotation on that.
Lina's Moon on the Lina has got a lot of responsibility now to make something happen, because of how underwhelming his both side lanes went, and also when your Lina is forced to make early rotations without use scepter, that's gonna put a lot of pressure onto him because once he catch one spear, he's dead.
Yeah.
So, and Lina don't want to be dead all the time. She wants to remain on the map to push pressure on the lane to create killing potentials. And this hero is best when she's snowballing. So Moon, she has to make something happen in a very cautious way, which is really, really hard.
It's hard. I mean, she hasn't really... I mean, she needs to just focus on her own farm. Like, I don't think laning or trying to rotate right now is the right play. I think you let Masaros kind of do his thing and just trying to create a little havoc here and just kind of creep cut, just force towers, create space. Because Raven really has none right now, as Boom are just knocking on the tier 1 bottom.
I'm really liking Warlord's atomization here. He's not looking. I've seen Ajit play one game. It was also Tro versus Timbersaw, but he opted for a build that can kill the Timbersaw. He went for the phase boot plus javelin. But at one point, he just ran out of damage, and he has to keep trading hits with the Timbersaw, which slowed down his farm a lot. But what Drew is doing right now is that he completely ignores Timbersaw. He's like, alright, you cannot do anything to me, I'll just maximize my farming efficiency. I'll go for the Perseverance first, I skip Facebook, I skip Rift Band, and I go for straight Fury. And he has gotten an 11-minute Battle Fury. This has to be the fastest I've recently seen.
Yeah. I mean, like, he's master tier for a reason, right? Like, he understands the lane matchup. I mean, you don't really expect this to be like a 50-50 with Timber, you know, like you're still kind of melee-ish and you still have like some issues with that. So I don't feel like it's the easiest of lanes for him, but Drew has been able to just kind of play the lane matchup perfectly. He's gotten, you know, his farm, the Battle Fury you talked about, 11 minutes, which is insane, and now he's going to go back and just farm his Ancients. Like, Drew, like, completely on point.
Very on point too. I think a lot of when you talk about one player having such high Dota Plus level, it also means that he's not only mechanically familiar with the hero. He also understands his matchup very well. He understands his role in different situations very well. And Drew is definitely putting that into display in this game.
You know, it's funny that you talk about Dota Plus and like the levels, and then you see like how mechanically sound they are and everything. But like when I see people with like high like Dota Plus levels, like Master Tier and stuff, all I can think of is these guys are a bunch of dorks with no lives.
That's kind of true too. That's kind of true too. Like when sometimes I see, wow, this guy is level 25 Master Tier on Meepo. But
Yeah.
why is he still in the same bracket as me?
Yeah. Like
That's how I comfort myself.
All right, so FBZ just continue to just create a little space in the bottom lane. Masaros has been left alone. I mean, that's kind of what you want to do, is just leave this dude alone. He's kind of gotten to the point where he's super sustainable. He's got a hood, soul ring as well. He's got a chipped vest as well. So in terms of his HP regen, this guy's pretty crazy right now.
Yeah. Ah, and now there's a lot of pressure on Fnatic around, because I don't know if they saw, I don't know if they see the battlefield or throw, but they should.
Arena, FBZ, nice spear, and they got Moon. And that Moon dying like this, he's died twice early, and this is never very good, especially since it's like hasn't even been 15 minutes here, and they haven't been able to push any sort of tower. But Masaros, wants to fight. TPs are coming. He's looking to just turn this. So he gets speared back instantly. The Sun Ray and the ignites from DJ, just getting a little bit lucky in terms of the multicast there. They've got the hood. And the Chakram is going to be a little off the mark. Catches, I think, the tip of Hyde, if anything. He Timber Chains back. The tower's doing some work. Drew is in the fight as well, but I don't think they're going to overcommit for this one as they back off here. And it looks like they're just going to be like, okay, we've created some, some movement, and now we're back to farming.
Yeah, I like that Drew is just throwing up the mid lane, and he's trying to see, alright, will Fnatic commit to defend this tower? If they commit, I'll just back off to my ancients to farm freely. Because this is where you don't want to be taking any risk on the troll Warlord. Because this is where you are just hyper farming on the map, and you know that by every single minute that you are staying alive in the map, you are gonna outfarm the Juggernaut by a lot. So I like that Drew is playing a bit safe here. He tried to commit to help his team, but once enemy is there, once he feels the risk, he just like instantly back off.
Yeah. And actually, you force the rotation from Masaros, which is a pretty big one. Okay, here's the Yules into the nice little remnant play, and they've got the Laguna and everything. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink, and they end up killing Makoto there.
Yeah, this is where Lina finally cured her thirst. She has been dying to get a kill like that for a while, and she's going for the BKB straight too, because she knows how important it is for her to stay alive in the team fight.
Yeah,
And
she
going
needs
for
to stay
BKB,
alive.
Yeah, and like we said last game, going for BKB, that's gonna slow down your scaling. And Pain going for the Orchid first. She may even go for the BKB too, or
Yeah,
maybe
and so,
use.
Yeah.
see.
All right.
But I like the BKB more. On Pain.
I think it's a good pickup. I think they definitely need that.
Yeah. Or like 2 cores on Boom can actually go for early BKB at both Throw and Queen of Pain, and then they will have a really good timing for team fights. Especially you're upping against the Lina and Ogre and Wasp and stuff.
All right, but Jabs on the other hand, I mean, he's gonna get Yules first. Like, what is the itemization on a Void Spirit for?
I think you still want to go for the classic one. Void Spirit, use Scepter is the must, so that you can set up for kills or mid lane.
Ooh, they've got the Silence, and they got the Remnant just zoning, and the Sonic Wave is going to be committed, but doesn't kill Jabs yet. Masaros is here to dissimulate, keeping Jabs alive for now. He's definitely within deny range, so if they wanted to just kill their own teammates, they could do that, but yeah, he should be
Very
fine.
good play by Void Spirit as well. He was holding his magic 1 charges for the longest to bait the Sonic Wave out of Mikoto, and Mikoto took the bait. So that was another and this is 2 minutes without the Sonic Wave, so it's a bit hard for Boom Esports to try to make any advanced movement. It's gonna go back to some small farming period for Boom Esports, and this is where Fnatic needs to ramp up the game.
Yeah, and they're only down 3k, so this is not a lost cause. I mean, it's just a matter of winning it, like one big team fight, and you're good to go. Okay, this is going to start it off. They have nice Yules onto FBZ. They've got the Laguna. They're trying to burst him down to dissimulate. The arena's there, but they've kind of just locked him in. Moon is instantly TPing away, or he tried to, but he's been Sinister Gaze. Moon gets netted as well, and Jabs will die with this, and that's a double kill going the way of Drew, and not a great fight, and not what they wanted as Fnatic.
Yeah. One Mars kill at what expense though? Very painful for Lina. Like as you say, she wanted to be always snowballing, and also she went for this very low scaling item. it's gonna be hard for her if she keeps continue dying like that. And for Mikoto, she's okay. She has a lot of mobility. She can farm faster than Lina. She's also okay slowing the game down. But Lina, she's not okay with the game slowing down.
Yeah. And I mean, we've talked about Moon not having the greatest time, died twice earlier, and that's the third one, I believe. But, you know, at the end of the day, still tops in terms of the team's net worth. So, you know, Moon, that is doing quite well in that sense. Raven, on the other hand, probably needs to pick things up.
Yeah, sad thing is they don't have a lot of space to farm right now. As you can see, Raven, he's occupying most of the top and to ancient area. But what would Team Bristol be doing though? Team Bristol is also scaling very slow because she's stuck to defending mid lane, and there's not a lot of camps that you can farm at the mid lanes. And also Moon, like it feels very bad for Moon. It feels like he has to constantly be making some move, otherwise Tro is gonna get out of control and more out of control.
And
So
I feel
very
like this is
stressful
one of those
period.
things where they put a lot of, you know, they put a lot of pressure on the mid T1. Oh, here's the blink. They found Moon. The silence as well. The Frost Armor. God's Rebuke, but he's throwing him the wrong way. The Yule's on up. DJ's looking to go. The arena's been committed, but they've just stepped outside of it because it's a little bit off the mark. Mikoto blinks away. They did get Moon, though, and here's the Omni Slash, and it's doing some work, and they do end up killing FBZ. They got something out of this, but Drew's now looking to retreat. I don't think they commit further for this.
It's like boom, they're still hanging around to try something. Alright, very nice tower snipe there.
Oh, they got it. DJ gets silenced. He's just trying to hop his way back. Raven, on the other hand, has been earned. He's going to try to spin, just, you know, denying most of it. Jab's just trying to slow him down, dissimulates, just be like, hey, go for me. I'm bait. But Raven, on the other hand, does get sliced and diced. He does go down. Drew found him. And Masaros has got the nice little Yule's play. He's left by himself, though. He's timber chaining away. The Frost Armor, Kescute's like, I just need my friends. I've called them over, but I can't actually find you. And Masaros is going to look to TP away here.
Yep. Good fight coming out from Boom. Very good recognition that they're strong enough without the Mars. They take down the tower first, which was like just 2 hits from Tro. Normally you don't see, you know, teams making plays like that, but that was really smart. And everything just naturally transitioned into a Roshan push. And with this Troll, we'll be holding Aegis plus BKB if he wants to pick up the Aegis, and he will. So this is gonna be the tool for them to take down the outer towers of Fnatic. Like further on, just occupy more space and more space in the map.
Yeah. And it was a nice fake back from Boom. Like they thought, oh, you know, Fnatic were like, oh, they backed away, they're fine or whatever, and they did not expect them to just stick around in that tree and then just get the, you know what I mean? Then they all got out of position, especially like losing the T1 in addition to the fact that they're near the river. Just really just a heads up play by Boom, just taking advantage of the fact that Fnatic thought they were safe. Now they're going to focus their attention on the top T1.
I like how Boom Esports they're just playing around the Troll a lot right now. They're not spreading the map out so hard. But as I say, that QOP make a TP to the bottom side. So it seems like they want to look for some kills here.
Yeah, Raven is actually, he senses it, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to TP top because I think that's safer. That's a nice call there. He's fine. But Jabs has been left to his lonesome, and he should die here. He's been silenced. Doesn't really have much of a chance against that little combination, especially with the Orchid silence, and he goes down.
And they tried to make a move though, but the move was broken by the Warlord. Warlord is so much fatter than the Raven right now.
Oh, he walks into this and Raven's like, oh shit, spins, and he just backs away. But that's a scary, like, you know, situation to be in. Oh, the egg is going to be popped here. The Sonic Wave. Mikoto actually blinks forward. He's trying to fight this. Moon's got BKB. He's looking to turn this, and they do end up killing Mikoto. FBZ is going to commit the arena. He's just got DJ stuck inside of him, and he's just like, I don't actually want to kill DJ. Oh, he does. He's got the nice little play there, and then he blinks away. Masaros timber chaining, and that should be the end of that.
Ooh, sloppy fight coming out from Boom. There was a post 5 for post 4 and 2. Like, Mikoto falling there is actually really, really big. I'm not sure why they went bottom for a kill, because obviously you can just control triangle, take down the mid tier 2 and also top tier 2, and then you can start choking Fnatic off.
Yeah.
But by TPing down to the bottom side, it reminds me a lot of the 5-man TP that Hoyo did on the CM to save their CM. Yeah, it feels like that. This is the kind of move that would lose you a lot of potential economic gain.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's pretty like you're forcing movements, and then you're just trying to, you know what I mean, like take advantage of the numbers, right, that you have. And I mean, they're in such a commanding position, or they were, but they weren't able to. They like forced fights. Like you have this powerhouse in Drew, just fight around this guy.
Yeah. And he's slow as well, so normally you don't want your throw to be running your teammates around. You want to run into the throw. And since you have the BKB plus Aegis, as long as you 5 men and run to the tower, I don't think Fnatic will want to defend at all. So I guess they just have to do this more, as you can see the mid lane is also getting pushed out of Fnatic side. So map control wise, Boom actually have no advantage at all. Oh, Japs.
Oh, he went Astral Step in and he Astral Step out, but he's been stuck in the spear, and that was a little bad positioning play. He thought he could be cute, but unfortunately not there. His entire team was waiting in the wings, and Boom just makes sure that he paid, and it looks like they're going to start to do a little bit of chip damage, or they're trying to at least, on this T3, but with no creeps, they're going to back off here.
Still holding a 9k goal lead though, despite everything is happening. But I do feel like Fnatic, they are responding to this very well. They're constantly pushing the side lanes off, and this is the feedback that you were mentioning about of Boom. They're gonna do a surprise attack, high ground attack move here, so that by the time Drew is hitting on the high ground, it's too late for Fnatic to come back and defend.
Yeah, yeah. And they keep doing this. Boom are just trying to get in their heads, right? They're forcing things. They're playing a little bit, you know, not normal in that sense. But Glyph is here, and they're going to back off. Nice little Shadow Amulet play, just dodging that tower shot. But it's all about the small plays, man.
Yeah, it's all about a small place, and all of a sudden, Fnatic, they are forced to TP back to this tower, so they are basically stuck here at the bottom side. So you know that in this case, if Juggernaut is straight and mid, it means that no one is at top lane of Boom. So they kind of fix the lane in another way by forcing issues. So sometimes offense is the best defense.
Yeah, I mean, if you control the map, you win the game, right? Like, it's any RTS game, any MOBA game. I mean, if you control things. But it seems to be like they've been spreading themselves thin too many times, and they've been getting caught out. So some of the, you know, the map control that they should have isn't as strong as it is.
Yeah, it does feel like that. It does feel so. If like so far after Throw has gotten the Aegis, all they have done is to push down one tier 2 tower, and both of the tier 2 tower on Fnatic side are still standing pretty strong. So it actually gives Fnatic a lot of room to play around these maps. And as we can see, Juggernaut is freely going out of their triangle, and Fnatic's own triangle is being protected as well. So in terms of map dominance, Boom Esports is definitely not 100% in control.
Okay. What do you think about Raven's itemization, though? Maelstrom into Manta. Into Shards.
Yeah, Manta is definitely very necessary here against the Orchid from...
Yep. Makoto.
Yep.
Yep.
I think, yeah, I think Maelstrom is just... He wants to go for the cheaper item that can offer him the ability to flash farm. Because Fury, it feels way too expensive for him if he doesn't have... when he doesn't have a good lane. Yeah, so Maelstrom is like a small budget Fury there, which I'm completely okay with. Once he gets the shard, I think his Blade Fury is gonna do a lot of damage alongside with the Maelstrom, because you actually can do the lightning props.
Oh, but they found Masaros, and Fnatic was looking to do a smoke, but they got caught out instead. Masaros is gonna back off here. He does have the Vessel. They've got the nice little use play. They've got the Phoenix. They've got Hide. Phoenix dives away. He should be fine. Makoto, on the other hand, is just kind of chipping away at Masaros here, who's slowly healing, but he's got been Sinister Gaze, the Arena, the blink forward from FBZ. He's gonna blink, just lock them in back into place, but Masaros is actually out healing this. They've got the Yules on Drew, and he's gonna pop the BKB. He's gonna look to turn this around. DJ looks to be going down to the Sun Rays, doing some work, and it burns him. FBZ's been Yules, but they've got something, but it's only the position 5, and it looks like they're gonna turn their attention, fix the top lane, maybe back off and get Roche.
Very, very good defense coming out from Fnatic. They use the throw a lot, but they have a very good conscious that the throw is just gonna pop BKB and then run at them. So they instantly back off after they saw the BKB on the throw. So that was the very clean disengagement. And right now throw, he's feeling okay too. He's going for the Abyssal Blade. He skipped the potential SNY or Manta style. He's going for the Abyssal Blade straight because he knows that he needs some sort of way to shut down the BKB Lina or the spinning Juggernaut.
So if you see, like, okay, I've never played with like a professional team or anything like that, right? But if you're in, you know, you're playing in a tournament and then you see somebody like a Drew who's on the enemy team who BKBs and he's running at you, what do you say in comms?
I think everyone would be just screaming, kite this guy, kite this guy.
Okay. Would you be like, because I, in my pub games, I just scream like a girl. That's all I do.
Look at me.
Yeah, like, oh shit, run, motherfucker, run!
Yeah, I think the one word that everyone would say in higher professional games is just to kite. Just
Yeah.
to kite this guy like a fly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
But once visibility is up though, kiting is not easy anymore.
yeah. I mean, he's going to have so much movement. He's going to be on top of you, but like he's got that spider legs right now. I mean, he has all the items to really just be this menace and this serial killer of a machine, so to speak. He's just super scary right now.
I wish to see more items from Fnatic side that can really counter. Oh,
Yeah, it's just
that being
jabs.
said, It's not
just
having
jabs.
a fun game at all, man. It's not having a fun game at all. 1-6-1. You don't really see such a performance from Jazz. Normally he's like a really stable guy. Moon though.
So it's, while technically he's Masaros doing some work with that chakram, does a little bit of damage there, but Mikuto is trying to go for the Sonic Wave, but the self-Yules keeps him alive. Moon with a nice play there, just keeping himself just, breathing just for a little bit longer. But, back to Jab's point, I mean, this is the thing, is that if you have a stable player, you need to play stable heroes, like very solid, consistent heroes, right? I think Void Spirit is one of those things, is that you have the outplay potential, but there's like a floor in terms of skill, in the sense that like you could just completely fuck up and be 1-6-1 at 28 minutes too.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Where if you pop off, you can be really crazy, but if you don't, then you can be really a non-factor in the game. So I definitely agree with you. I think you want him on really solid and stable hero that can make plays no matter what, and don't really rely on high skill to make all these outplays to make something happen.
Right.
I think they're trying to utilize the flexibility of Westbury in draft, because they had last pick. So they are trying to, alright, we are going to pick this Westbury at 4th. If this is not going to be a perfect Westbury game, I'll flex it.
Ooh, FBZ was just trying to get the spear, but he's been Yules instead. He's been remnanted as well, and they're committing the Laguna for him, so they do end up killing him. That's a nice early start. Jabs actually Astral steps forward. He gets the nice little Yules play off onto Hyde, but they pop the egg, or the pyramid at this point. It's a 2-0, and they turn their attention to Roshan. Have Fnatic somehow gotten back into this game?
Yeah, seems like it, honestly. Seems like it. And Moon is doing a lot of the carrying too. With the clutch self-use play, with the clutch BKB timings. And I've seen Moon done this carry on Lina a lot with the machine gun build. Like back in his Miniski time, like this is one of his favorite Lina build. And I believe in the entire C region, when everyone is going for the magic Lina build, where you just nuke people down, the Moon is the only one that go for DPS. So he's definitely really comfortable in this kind of situation, and he has orchestrated a lot of comebacks as well with this hero. So it seems like she's getting to that point where she can do some real carrying with BKB plus Daedalus.
Yeah. And like, Masaros, I mean, DJ, we're talking Jabs, all of these guys, all they need to do is control people. Just stun people, let Moon and Raven do all the work in terms of the damage. They just need to buy time. They need to be the tank up front, just, creating a little space. As I say, that Moon is by himself. He gets speared back, God's Rebuke, doing some work, and Drew, the Abyssal. Oh, but the nice Yules play from Jabs, just keeping him alive. But Moon, BKBs, he gets out of the arena. FBZ's got his BKB, and nobody wants to stay in this. Masaros is still sticking around. He's got his Chakram. He gets Timber Chain, but he gets stunned. He's got his BKB, which isn't going to last that much longer. He Timber Chains away again, and he does get the TP. He should be fine. Nice little remnant, just making sure that nobody got on him.
Oh, nice save coming out from Fnatic. I like that Moon is committing his BKB to stay alive, but not instead of using the death as a bait to fight after respawn. Because I feel like this is not the best time for them to fight. They kind of stabilize the game already, so this is where they want to enjoy their rewards from the successful defense early on. So this is where your Juggernaut wants to be farming a little bit more, your Lina wants to be farming a little bit more with these Aegis, and also your post 5 Ogre has the Midas as well. So scaling is not a problem at all for Fnatic at this point. You want to go as late as possible, so that when Lina gets to the critical mass timing with the Daedalus, that's where they can take really good high ground defense.
Okay. Lina here, though, I mean, okay, pop the BKB to get out of the arena, but she did still have Aegis. Was it the right play to save Aegis?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think you don't want to force the fight there. Yeah, I think what Fnatic do here is they slow down games. They let Juggernaut pick up some crucial items first, and then they fight back when they are ready. Because
Okay.
that fight was really chaotic at the bottom side.
Yeah. Now, Moon has picked up the Blink, has actually replaced the Crystallis and put that in the backpack because he's got the bottle for the Invis, so he's looking for some sort of pick-off before we go. But Daedalus is next on that list, and can he find some sort... Okay, he just pops out of Invis with an LSA there, so if anything, it's a wasted opportunity.
This is gonna be it's gonna be a very big pickup by Lina, but he stopped the Daedalus idea. He went for a dagger first, so that it can help her in better positioning herself, better position to hit the egg too. A lot of outplays can be done. You know, self-use into blink away kind of plays. But Queen of Pain though, she has the hacks now, so with the hacks, she's gonna be able to shut down a lot of this outplay. If she can hack someone and instantly burst them down, that would be the really solid initiation.
Yeah, that'd be best case scenario. Now, DJ, on the other hand, is probably... I don't know when he got it, but I'm assuming it's like 25-minute plus. But he's got a Midas now. Tranquils into Midas. Or, I mean, he's got a Wand into Midas as an Ogre at 25-minute plus. Is that okay?
To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I feel like you would rather want to... Because it's a long journey for you to save out your goal to the Midas recipe. Because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And you could easily afford something like a Glimmer, Froststaff with that kind of money, instead of, you know, just prank you into Midas. But I guess if this game is going slow and if they are able to slow this game by another 15 minutes, that may actually pay dividend.
I'm wondering,
really
because
depends.
every time I would do this on my Ogre's position 5, I would be reported. So, you know, DJ, he's making the right moves. I mean, I understand that he wants to go late game, but Drew, still very scary. He's almost, I mean, he's practically 6-slotted right now.
Yeah, he's completing the Satanic soon, so gonna be really hard for Fnatic to burst this guy down unless they chain slam him perfectly with the DJ multicast. So that's gonna be the X factor from Fnatic here. I think DJ may actually be the X factor with the Midas picking up now, but he's going for the false stuff though, so nothing big like the Aghanim's or something like hacks, things like that. So
Yeah.
it's gonna take a while for him to build up the X factor element.
Like, I always look at it like a Midas pickup, because, you know, I play mainly support, right? So if the game is going to last 20 minutes or longer, usually I'm like, okay, Midas can, you know, you can make your money back. I think that you have the potential, but like, let me just wait a second, because I think that there's going to be a fight here. FBZ commits the arena. He's got his BKB. Jabs is the target, though. They've got him down, and the Yule's on Drew, just trying to slow him down. Makoto is going to commit the Sonic Wave. Omni Slash is doing, or the Swift Slash is doing some work. Raven is just going to look to TP away, especially with Moon down for 80 seconds. No buyback. Masaros is running for his life. He's got one of his last BKB charges, and he does TP away, but not a great fight for Fnatic here.
Yeah, not at all. I think they were very cautious of the smoke game coming from Boom, but they did not respond the best way.
Ooh,
Raven, look at that.
blink.
Look at the reaction time.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I mean, he spins to keep himself alive, make sure he doesn't get speared there, but FBC with the nice attempt right there. Whew.
Yeah, that was pretty on point too. Like, if it wasn't for the insane reaction timing from Juggernaut, he would have been dead, I think.
Yeah, and
But that being said, if they are able to take down Moon in the fight, that's gonna be the, you know, that's gonna be the retreat. That is the retreat for Fnatic every time Moon dies.
Yeah. I mean, 30 more seconds, no buyback. They're going to take advantage of what they can. Oh, they actually go forward. The Abyssal, they got jabs, and they do end up killing him down the arena as well, and they found DJ in that. It's 2-0 so far. They're going to look to focus their attention on this T3 here, but what a nice initiation by FBZ.
Jabs is really not feeling it today, man. You can tell.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times, I think he could have easily dissimulate off a lot of the spears, but it seems like he's always like 0.5 seconds too late.
I just feel like this is a familiarity with the hero. Like, I'm not seeing it. I don't think he's 100% comfortable. Like, yeah, you can play it, like, you know, pubs or whatever, like the first 15, 20 minutes, you're all right. But, like, the late game, you have to be on point with everything. And Masaros here gets speared back into that tower. He's been burned up. He gets killed here. Moon is back in, but I don't know if it's a little too late. Raven is looking to fight this one. He does have the cheese. It keeps him alive, at least for now, but he's dead. 83 seconds. No buyback on Moon as well. This is looking to be it. Jabs is back in the action. He just astral steps away. He's just trying to buy a little bit of time, and Drew just focuses on these racks.
Juggernaut, alright, he's holding his buyback long enough. He's buyback now, but we can go straight up, just blinks out. Troller is still trying to get the range tracks though, but everything is happening at the sideline.
Jabs needs to be careful. He's dissimulated. He goes to the high ground. He's trying to run for his life. Astral Sap back to the low ground, and he gets Sinister Gaze. And Jabs goes down the Sonic Wave, pushing back DJ. And it looks like we talked about this, right? Void Spirit. Just Jabs not having a great game of this.
But I think in game 3 you always want to go for the, you know, the comfort pick of your heroes or players.
Yep.
Like if you look at Boom, you can really tell that Drew he's a master tier on Tro, and he's really comfortable with the hero. He knows, you know, what his matchup is. He knows how to carry the game. He knows what he needs to get to this critical mass timing as well, which is the early Battle Fury pickup. So you can really tell, and I think that in game 3 you always want to opt for the best decision for your players. You always want them to play at their best.
And Drew here picks up the he gets a bottle here. He picks up the DD. So the next fight, or if you know, if you can even call it a fight at this point, because he's just gonna delete people at that point.
He's not gonna spend his DD on this Roshan because he knows that he doesn't need it. So that DD is gonna be for the tower push. But Fnatic has a couple of use though, so if they can use and dispel the DD, that would be really good.
Like, look at how many items this guy has. Like, Drew is completely on point. Like, 30, like, it's not even 40 minutes yet, and he's already, like, 6 slotted. He's already, like, overlapping, that is. Makoto here with a nice blink away. He saw it, popped the smoke, and he does know that they're nearby, but they're on the high ground, so he need to be careful in terms of how they initiate here. FBC's looking to just kind of go in. He's waiting for his teammates. He's kind of prowling on the edges so far. But it looks like it was a wasted smoke attempt by Fnatic. Oh, the Phoenix Dive, just trying to pop the smoke. FBZ, here it go. Omni Slash is going to be right on, but it's tanking all onto FBZ, and Jabs has to buy back. Raven goes down, no buyback. Masaros is just trying to just buy a little bit of time, but DJ is going to get destroyed here by Drew. This is a kill, like Mike Myers incarnate, and it looks like they've got 4 for nothing so far. Jabs at the buyback, but really not much you can do here.
Wow. 2-1. I guess my prediction today was pretty right across all 3 games.
Which is weird. I don't feel like we're in an alternate reality right now.
Yeah, well, like who is this guy here sitting at this chair?
Yeah, it's like I don't even know you anymore. This is so weird.
I don't even know myself too at this point. But wow, really good performance coming out of Boom Esports. I feel like Boom, like, from drafting phase, they have already got themselves in control of how they want to, like, approach this game. And also, like, every single lane was going in their favor as well, and they just understand their winning condition very well, and they play towards it perfectly too. And as for Fnatic, a little bit shaky kind of draft, I would say. Like, it's a little bit all over the place, I would say. Like, sometimes it's not really the best when you are focusing everything on the hero counters.
And we talked about Moon just not having the greatest start, but, like, when I saw him at the top of the net worth of his team, and, like, even above Raven, I was like, oh, that means Raven is having a really bad game. And he was not able to kind of get anything going. I mean, look at his items. Not really what you want to see. Like a Blink, Manta's fine. You know, Mjolnir, okay, at some point. But, like, he's got a Blink Dagger. He's got an Aghanim Shard. Like, I don't know if those are really the items that you want going up against this Drew machine, which is, like, 6 slotted at, like less than 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's more like that, that are the situational items that he has to get out. He needs the Blink Dagger to go to the backline to maybe get a Phoenix kill or get the Lich kill, whatever like that. So I think from the beginning, it already was a very hard game for Fnatic to bounce back.
Yeah.
Well, pretty good for the Boom. Like, they stopped Fnatic from getting 3-0, which basically would be them securing one of the 3 slots. So right now the the competition remains, and both Boom Esports and Fnatic, they are 2-1. They're on the same line right now.
Yeah, that's actually amazing. I mean, Neon right now, we've seen they've had some really strong games. So they're top of this 3-0, but you cannot fall too much, further away from where Neon is right now. And so being 2-1 and being able to deny Fnatic from getting into that same tier, really big ups to Boom. And again, we will be casting their game tomorrow. It's going to be it's going to be Boom and T1. Yeah, and that's going to be at 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
plus 8 GMT. Yeah, so we're going to be casting that tomorrow. So please do stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for us here today.
Yep. Thank you, Howler, once again for tuning in. If you guys like Howler, feel free to check him out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. He goes by all handles of Howler TV.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, please do check out my OnlyFans as well. But you can also give a follow and like to Leon Arthur Dodo. Please do give this guy a follow. He definitely needs it. He's everywhere in terms of analysts, and he does great stuff. So please do give him a like. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Any last things before we sign out?
Not really. Pretty good game. Rest well, and I'll catch you tomorrow, bro.
All right, see you, man. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.